Hello students. Tighten this up a little bit. We are assembling our sides today, the rails and stiles with the panel in it. This is my old prototype you're looking at. I'm making a new prototype. We've changed the feet, made them an inch less wide, so I didn't like the how thick they looked from the side view, so we're going to take an inch off of that. So it's changed dimensions on some of our parts, and put these together today and realized I needed to take another ½ inch off my panel, so I'm revising my plan of procedure and my drawings for the new prototype nightstand. But anyway, you can see I've got my side here. Let me put this on and we'll assemble it. I've already dry clamped, so we're good there. Ready to take it out, put our glue on our tongues, right? And then brad them with the 5/8 inch brads. So we, if you remember, best face or front face is down, okay? And we'll have our brads on the back side where we can't see them. So I've got my glue bottle here. I've got my glue spreaders, different types of spreaders. I'm gonna use this one. Put some glue down so I can get to it easily. Okay, and let's spread it over our tongue. Okay, getting it all over the tongue. Try not to drip on my other parts. That's not good. Okay, I think my camera is pointed so you guys can see this better. I've messed up a couple times where I thought I had a good view for you and turned out not so much. So just putting glue on the tongue only with our spreader, because it's hard to be accurate any other way, but this is able to get in there nice and accurately. Okay, we don't need a large amount of glue, and I've probably got too much there. Otherwise it'll just squeeze out into our detail, right, which we don't want it to do. So there we go, there's that one. This is our open glue time, right? So within a couple minutes you want to make sure and get your glue on there, and then once we put it together it's considered closed time. Open time's just a couple minutes. Closed time, we have more like 5 to 8 minutes before we have to apply our pressure, and then it becomes, with the clamps, closed or clamp time, which needs to be a minimum of a couple hours. Better if you can leave it longer than that. Got a small shaving left in there, which is not uncommon. I got it, my routers dialed in about as good as I can with my setup. So there's that tongue. One more tongue. Doing all 3 surfaces of the tongue. Okay, that looks pretty good. Makes for a fairly strong joint. Once again, our brads are just to hold it until the glue dries, because we're going to take it out of the clamp as soon as we get it braided. And open that up a little more. There we go. Oh boy, gotta hold your tongue just right. Get this thing together. Okay, flush on the end as best we can, perfectly flush. And we'll apply our clamps again, sliding around a little bit until we get that clamp pressure. That's pretty darn close there. All right. And as we've said before, we don't need maximum effort on the clamp. We're just drawing it together tight, and then our brads will hold it there. Okay, and this needs to go up some. There we go. That's in there. I've got my marks pretty close to 2.5 inches. There it is. Make sure I'm still flushed. I pushed that up in there. Yep. Okay, here we go. Clamp pressure. All right, that looks tight. Still flush. Ready for brads. 5/8 inch brads. Okay, and if you remember, once again, there is no tongue on the first, what is that, 3/8 to 1/2 inch. So I want to come back here a little bit from this edge. I want to come back, you know, about 1 inch to put my first brad in. So let's do that. Same all the way around, right? You want to stay away from that inside edge. And once again, we've only got 1/2 inch of tongue there, so it's going to be pretty close to the seam, isn't it? And we want to drive those brads just below the surface. That looks pretty good. Staying away from the inside edge. Making sure I am going through the tongue. Yep. All right, that's together. And if you remember, pull my collet off here. We've got our depth gauge here. If it's not shooting deep enough or if it's shooting too hard, you can adjust that. Okay, and we've got our button here to put our brads in. And this is designed so you can see the brads in there, right? So you'll know when you need to put another bunch of brads in when you're getting low. All right, so I'm going to do the next one. You don't need to see a repeat. I will, we're getting close to assembling this thing. We've got our face frame, we've got our webs over there, we've got our sides done. So we'll be talking about how we assemble the box here shortly. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.